It is not totally clear what the Democrats are hoping to get from the partial government shutdown. ICE is already fully funded, unfortunately. Now, this shutdown is actually targeting air travel, that's TSA, emergency responders, FEMA, the Coast Guard, Secret Service, and Democrats are now playing a very dangerous game. To what end? Here with more. Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem. If you can explain this to me, I'd love to hear your explanation. But I do know this, and even CBS News reported it. Last year, 2025, 2,100 Americans were murdered by either convicted or people charged with illegal immigrants charged with killing Americans. 5,400 convicted or charged, again, illegal immigrants charged with either raping or sexually assaulting American citizens. Why don't the Democrats care about the names of those people?
Yeah, it's shocking to me, Sean, to hear them constantly speak on behalf of politics instead of the American people. And Americans are going to have a choice coming up here if they want to choose the Democrats' mass migration and infiltration of criminals, but not just criminals. We have thousands of known and suspected terrorists that the Biden administration let into this country. Or they can continue to choose President Trump, who's making our country safe again, who's making it more affordable for families to get into homes and to buy their groceries and put gas in their car. He's giving them safety back in their communities, and that's what the Department of Homeland Security does every single day. What Democrats have done by defunding this department is put our safety at risk right here on our own soil. We every day protect people in their communities, but also our cybersecurity is all through the Department of Homeland Security. Our Coast Guard is out doing interdictions on the water. We have stopped enough lethal doses of drugs from coming into this country that would have killed 1.7 billion people. That's what the department has done in conjunction with our law enforcement officers in protecting in just the last 12 months. And the Democrats are saying, no, we want to play politics and we want to risk the lives of Americans.
Well, if you look at just in the last number of days, we've had murderers, child molesters, an Iranian, national. We have people from over 200 countries. Do we even know the exact number of people that came into this country under Biden-Harris Mayorkas, unvetted, from 200 countries?
We don't. It could be up to 15 to 20 million people, but it's not just the numbers, it's also who they let in. We know they let terrorists into this country. Every day, that's what keeps me awake at night, is that I haven't found them yet. I know they're here. We've arrested over 80 people from Iran already. We've arrested over 1,000 people that are on the known and suspected terrorist list just in the last year. We have a lot more work to do. We need the funding to be able to do that, and we need to make sure that we have agencies in place that respond not just to this criminal element, but also in disaster, so that we have people that are able to go out and help people when a storm hits them, when an earthquake or a tornado or an avalanche like we see in Colorado. These are all situations that our department has to help people through, and we don't have the funding to do it right now.
I can't, please, Democrats, really? You're going to defund the TSA, ICE, the Department of Homeland Security, FEMA, the Coast Guard, and the Secret Service. Not exactly a smart strategy heading into a midterm. Anyway, Madam Secretary, thank you. We appreciate your time. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.